Hello friends, in the last video we have discussed about the effect of water table on ultimate bearing capacity equation if it is in zone 3. In the present video we will discuss about effect of water table effect of water table on ultimate bearing capacity equation. Simply I'll say UBC, that is simply I'll say ultimate bearing capacity if it is in zone 2. If it is in zone 2. Just for the understanding purpose, I am just divided that into the number of zones. Okay, you can consider in any manner. I have gone from top to the bottom, 1, 2, 3 like that. You can similarly go from bottom to the down also. The representation of the zones is your wish, but according to that, you have to consider on the bearing capacity equation. Let us say, again consider the footing and let us assume that this is your ground surface. Okay, and what is this level? This level is called the level of foundation. From here to here, we are considering it as a depth of the foundation. So if your water table is in this zone, that means which term is going to affect? Gamma d into nq. That means if your water table is here, your second term is going to affect. Similarly, let us say, and also let us consider one more level, that is nothing but let us represent with 3 3. I will say level 3 3. This level of foundation I'll say it as a level 2 2, and also ground surface I will say it as a level 1 1. Okay, now in the last video we have discussed if your water table is below the level 3 3, from level 2 2 to level 3 3, what is the distance we have to consider here? Nothing but a width of the foundation b. So from here to here, width of the foundation b. So we have divided below the level 3 3, that we have discussed in terms of the zone 3. In between water table 2 to 3, we are dividing this into zone 2. In between 1 1 to 2 2, we are discussing this as a zone 1. Now we have to study about if water table is in the zone 2. That means if your water table is in between 2 to 3, how it will affect the bearing capacity equation. Understood? For that, first let me consider that if your water table is up to the level 2 2, that means all the soil is completely filled with the water. If your water table is here, then which term is going to the effect? From here to here, what is the distance? B. That means your third term is going to affect. So first recall the equation. If you recall the equation, what is the ultimate bearing capacity equation? QU. That will be equal to CNC plus gamma D NQ plus half into B into gamma into N gamma. Okay. Now in this level, that means there is no water table, so this term won't change anything, but this term, that means in the zone 2, if your water table is there, this parameter is going to affect it. I am drawing it in enlarged shape. What is this term? B into gamma. Now, if you see here, water table is there throughout the depth or not? This water table is there throughout the complete depth of magnitude. How much here? B. That means throughout this entire depth B, as your water table is there. So in this complete portion, you have to take the effective parameter. Okay. First, as it is simple, that's why I told you to consider if your water table is level 2, the entire this depth B is under submerged condition and you have to take the effective parameter. As we have seen here, complete throughout the depth B, you are having some water table. That's why instead of considering gamma, you have to consider the effective, that means submerged weight. What is the submerged weight? Gamma dash. That means the equation will become in terms of B into gamma dash. So the entire equation will becomes that will be equal to C into NC plus gamma into D into NQ plus off into, in the place of B into gamma, as your water table is completely submerged up to that level, we have to consider it as a B into submerged unit weight into N gamma. See, only it will affect this B into gamma dash when, if water table is in which condition? If water table is up to which level? Up to level of foundation. If water table is up to level of foundation, as your up to complete width or up to complete depth B, your soil is under submerged condition. So you have to take the B into gamma dash. Gamma dash is nothing but a submerged unit weight. How will find the submerged unit weight? That will be nothing but a saturated minus unit density of the water. Okay. Now tell me, is it always possible that your water table will always be at the level of foundation level, or it will be a footing level? No, it may be in between level 2 to level 3. Okay, let me draw that again. Okay, this is the equation if your water table is at the level of foundation. Once again, draw the diagram of footing. So here, just for the quickly, I don't represent all of the conditions here. As we have discussed, what is this level? Ground surface level. How we are denoting? By section 1:1. So what is this? This is nothing but a level of foundation. That means representing by 2. And we are representing one more level. That is it. 3. Now tell me, what is the distance between level 1:1 to level 2:2? This is nothing but a depth of the foundation T. From level 2 to level 3, what we are considering? This is nothing but a width of the footing. So isn't it okay? Now what we are discussing in the present case, what is our present case? If water table is in between level 2 to 3. Let me represent this value here. Let us say if your water table is somewhere here. Let us say if your water table is somewhere here. So which term is going to affect? The width term is going to affect it. But is it affecting completely? No. Let us say your water table is at a distance of, let me say this is nothing but a B1. Okay, if this is B1, what about this magnitude? From here to here, complete B. From here to here, it is B1. So what about the distance there? This is nothing but a B minus B1. That means from here to here, your soil is in which state? Your soil is in the dry state. From here to here, your soil is in the submerged condition. So tell me, so in this between in the dry condition, simply you have to take the gamma value. That means in the natural condition. But what about in this portion, as the soil is submerged, here you have to consider the submerged unit weight. So how the equation will vary? That means from here to here, you have to consider the dry state. From B1, we have to consider the submerged condition. Now, how your term B into gamma is going to change? So here, instead of completely taking throughout the depth gamma, the depth term we are dividing into two parts. That is, in the portion B minus B1, our soil is in dry state. So here you have to consider simply gamma plus, but in the state up to a depth of B1, your soil is under submerged condition. So here you have to consider the gamma dash. That's it. Now substitute in the equation. Now what is the equation we'll get? Ultimate bearing capacity nothing but a C NC plus gamma into D into NQ plus off into, what is the term? So in previous case, we have already seen if the soil is completely under dry in the level 2, Level 2 to 3, okay, we have to directly use gamma, that is B into gamma. If it is completely submerged, simply we are using B into gamma dash. But in between level 2 to level 3, some part is under dry condition, some part is under saturated condition. So in that case, wherever you are having the dry condition, you have to take the dry unit weight. In the portion where there is a water table, there you have to take the submerged unit weight. So in the portion or up to a depth of B minus B1, we are having the dry state. That's why B minus B1 into gamma, plus up to a depth of B1, our soil is under saturated case. That's why B1 into gamma dash into N gamma. So this is what the bearing capacity equation if your water table is in the level 2 to level 3. If you understand this, how we have written is, there is, remember, in exam you should not by heart this formula. If you by heart it, we may commit the mistake. Understand how I am writing this term. Imagine if your if your width term is under completely submerged condition, as we have discussed, we have to use completely B into gamma dash. If it is completely under dry state, what we have to use? We have to use B into gamma. But in some cases, it may happen that some part is under submerged condition and some part is it under dry condition. So wherever there is a submerged, we have to use the submerged unit weight. What is the submerged unit weight? Like we have discussed in the previous problem, B1 into gamma dash. What is the dry state? B minus B1. Up to that, we have to use the gamma. So the logic is simple. Wherever you are having the water table, along that you have to take the submerged unit weight. Wherever there is a dry state, you have to consider the dry unit weight. That's it. If you by heart the formula, then there might be a chance that you will commit the mistake. Hope it is clear. If your water table is in level 2 to level 3, how we have to consider the effects in the bearing capacity equation. Okay. In the next video, we will solve a problem based on this level. Thank you.